picked up this book a couple days ago. It's called Writing as a Way of Healing: How Telling Our Stories Transforms Our Lives. And this is written by Louise DeSalvo. I have never been impacted so much by a book's opening sentence or related to it ever, but this book did it for me. DeSalvo writes, "Writing has helped me heal. Writing has changed my life. Writing has saved my life." Right away, I related to this, and I knew I was gonna love this book, right? I knew I was gonna dive into this, and I'm so glad I did, because I found a message that I wanted to share with you that was so important, and on the outside almost sounds unbelievable. And it's, can writing, or journaling even, truly improve our health? Can it really improve our physiological health, or even prolong our lives? Louise DeSalvo in this book goes over the studies by J.W. Pennebaker and S.K. Beale, and the answer to that question is a resounding yes. But before I get into what kind of writing prolongs our life, we have to find the answer to the question of what kind of writing doesn't improve health. What kind of writing isn't sufficient to our health, really in any way? Pennebaker and Beale state that simply writing about trivial topics, or only venting one's feelings about traumas, or vice versa, only describing traumas, isn't sufficient to health in any way. Pennebaker and Beale's studies show that we must learn and practice to combine our events with our feelings, especially when we're talking about traumas or things that have really impacted our lives and have been weighing on us. Through writing about events and feelings, students integrated the two. They understood what had occurred and what they felt about it, and doing this diffused its power over them entirely. DeSalvo writes, "The act of linking feelings with troubling events then makes our bodies display responses associated with yoga and even meditation. And this is the exact type of writing that is literally linked to improved immune health." And Pennebaker even stated that the perks of this lasted up to 6 weeks in his students. While the health perks definitely are good, right? They're definitely a very positive reminder of what we can truly do for ourselves in our physical health. We also cannot ignore the negative health risks that come with not expressing ourselves, not telling our stories or our feelings and linking them with events. DeSalvo shares, over time, Pennebaker explains, the work of inhibiting traumatic narratives and feelings acts as an ongoing stressor and gradually undermines the body's defenses. Inhibiting our stories and emotions can adversely affect our immune system directly. This is the heart, our vascular system, the brain, and even our nervous system. And there's direct research that shows victims of any kind of severe trauma or abuse, if they don't discuss what they went through or express it in any way, they tend to develop more major illnesses than people who do express their feelings, who do tell their stories. I understand how easy it is to look at what we've gone through in life and immediately compare it to someone else who we think has gone through something worse than us. If you're someone who doesn't think you've even gone through a severe traumatic experience, or you've never gone through any type of abuse, don't trick yourself into thinking that whatever you have gone through, that it doesn't matter because someone else had it worse, in your opinion. If you are human, there is a good chance that you have gone through difficult times, even if you're young, whether you're young, a young adult, middle-aged, or elderly. There is a very high chance, if you're watching this video, there's something negative that has happened in your life. That's just what life is. We all go through difficult moments. We cannot tell ourselves that these moments or our feelings in these moments don't matter because we guilt ourselves into thinking someone else had it worse. We have to validate ourselves. Don't ignore your pain. Your inner voice is desperately trying to be heard, and that's why this entire book right now is stating how important it is to write about it and express it. It doesn't have to be severe. It doesn't have to be what society sees as extreme. We're human. DeSalvo beautifully states, "I too now believe that the way out of depression lies in finding the story that hasn't been told. Putting our traumas into words, we stop seeing it as a random, unexplained event. Expressing it in language robs the event of its power to hurt us any longer. Paradoxically, this examining causes us to even experience a level of delight. And I understand that writing and really journaling itself might not be everybody's outlet. And it's really important to not force it. Am I always going to recommend trying it out? Yes. But if you have tried it out multiple times and it just isn't working for you, don't force it. You're not going to get anything from it. However, it's still critical, as we stated earlier, that we need to express ourselves. We need to have that thing where we can really express ourselves, tell our stories. And for me, it's writing, it's journaling. But for someone else, it might be drawing, doodling, painting, sculpting, or sometimes even singing or performing in a play. We need to have an outlet where we can express ourselves and really pour our whole hearts into. I, similar to DeSalvo, believe that we all have stories to tell, right? We all have legacies that we're leaving, and we are in charge of that more than a lot of people think of what kind of legacy we leave behind. And I also want to point out that we don't have to share it with others. Our legacies are for us. Some people do prefer sharing their stories in a more, I should say, public way. But I can tell you right now, my journals are completely private. You will never see a journal flip through on this channel. And that's because it's for me. At the end of the day, we all deserve to be heard. We all deserve to be validated. And the most important person that you can validate and tell your story to is yourself. I can't thank you enough for stopping by. Stay curious, my friends.